I'm Karen Lustrup, and I'm presenting for you this month's Tarot podcast. And just to mention a couple of things, I do get questions like, please show the cards, right? But listen, the way I roll, I spread the cards, but then I get a lot of extra information clairvoyantly and psychically. So it's not linearly card by card like a lot of people do. But if you're wanting to see cards, there's a lot of great readers out there that will show you their cards as they work. Maybe one day I'll put together a course for you, and then we can do the cards and I can go through them one by one and teach you those things. But that's down the road. But listen, before we start off the monthly podcast here, I just want to mention for those of you who are really into meditation and love that kind of music, I have added a track at the very end for your enjoyment. So let's get going and take a look at what you can expect now here this month. Hello, Capricorn. How are you? We are now looking at your June forecast, and it starts out here with you going down memory lane. There is situations of the past that might be lingering in your mind or coming up to the surface, needing you to look at certain aspects of maybe some healing points, perhaps. There might have been, I can't say some disappointments necessarily, but there could have been some losses here, which is bringing you to look at those things of importance, and it's just in a passing, so it would just take maybe just a couple of days there where this is lingering, and then it's going to transmute itself from going to the past to looking at the now, and then like flipping a switch here, and you are back on track, looking ahead towards your future as you are yearning and reaching for it. So all this is good, but sometimes, revisiting the past could be important because why? It allows us to go back and heal certain things. Maybe it wasn't fully healed at the time, and so then we carry those things with us, and that doesn't really behoove anybody to carry old resentments around. It's not good for health, and it's not going to change anything anyway. So we might as well just look at it, embrace it, then let it go. So you're going to get that opportunity early on in the month. And then from getting back on track again, here is something that's going to put a big smile on your face, Capricorn. And this is something that you're going to hear about. Yes, it comes up as news, and it's really going to tickle your heart pink. Why? Because for you, there's a sense of victory in it all. And that victory is how you now are overcoming. Maybe it even ties in with what we just mentioned, the situation, the losses, the pain of the past, whatever, whether it was a relationship or some interaction with somebody. It's not about money. It's not about anything of such. It's more of an interaction, interpersonal situation. But here I feel that what's coming back around for you is really getting you back up on your feet like a good, nice, blessed, should I say, karmic return. And that will allow you now to get onto new grounds and rebalance. Now, you could hear from somebody who might invite you to go on a trip somewhere, either to come to visit them, or maybe they're asking what your plans are, and maybe they would like to come pay you a visit. In that case, this could be good for you. It's all about timing what's going on with you on your daily schedule, of course. I do see that you could actually do quite well with a little break here. Not as necessarily your vacation, like your summer vacation, but this would just be like a day or two. So that could definitely renew your batteries. Then I'm seeing that there is a communication, maybe a talk, perhaps it could even be an interview for those of you who are looking for new work, a new career field. Then that would be it, because this communication seems to be about you, your past, your CV, your talent, skills, and abilities, and and them actually sharing with you what they're looking for. So any interviews here this month, in fact, I see that it could turn out pretty well, especially for those of you who have already been through an interviewing process which didn't turn out. Well, this time around, it does look like it could bring you now forward. Because when I'm looking at you and work and your career. For some of you Capricorns here, I really feel it's a blessed time because there is new projects being presented to you. If you are okay about it, you can get the green light. I do see travel here too, so maybe this can indicate that some travel could be implemented in whatever this new offer is as well. At least I see movement, put it that way. It could also just be movement and dynamics within the job itself. So here is a blessing. Here's inspiration coming from the star and the card, the tarot card, the star. For you, what that is going to do here, Capricorn, it's really going to break new grounds. I feel it's like some old structure or some old paradigm that you've been holding for truth or just been sticking to for a longer time. That might just now all fall down with a crash. You got the tower there, but right behind it, new beginnings. So for you, actually, whatever is crumbling or falling right now, I think it's something that you've been waiting to crumble, okay? Because you're gung-ho here to get on with new energy, new goals, and so forth. And it's difficult to get over into the new without this old structure falling. So that should actually be a good, oh my God, type factor when you hear about it. Definitely something to be celebrated this month in or around the family friendship circles. There is an event to get together, and I see that there's a lot of joyous people here where you're interacting with. And for you, Capricorn, I see that you're loving it. There's also a beautiful family situation here. I feel this is around a younger child in the family where there is blessings being bestowed upon it. Strength also in your subconscious messages. Now let's talk about that for a moment, because I'm seeing, as we're letting go of whatever it is that we talked about early in the reading, as you're breaking through now into this new, I'm feeling that your subconsciousness is or has been working on full gear for some time, especially at night when you sleep, when you're out and about on those astral levels, or also when you're just resting. There is that, or has been this choice as far as direction goes. And I see how this might have been a vacillating period. For all of us, it's so important to have certain things on the horizon. Then we know where we're heading, right? Makes it easy to navigate. What is difficult is when that horizon suddenly drops and your goals are no longer there on the horizon. That just leaves you feeling like in the middle of nowhere, right? And so I'm seeing, even for those of you who might have been feeling that inclination, well, that will now also turn around. I'm seeing strength coming around you, building up within you. The changes that are coming right now, I feel it's so divine. Talk about synchronicity. And when things really start falling into place, nice and easy, then you're on the right path, because there's other times where you can really tread water and expend so much energy and yet getting nowhere, right? Then you're barking up against the wrong tree. But here right now, whatever favors are now falling into your lap, they are meant to be. Doors are opening up for you. I feel you've done a lot of this legwork here in the past. So those subconscious thoughts, hopes, dreams, visualizations that you've been doing, now if you have felt that horizon has dropped, that just means that you're that much closer for something big to happen. Always think about it this way, like they say. It's always coldest at that last hour before dawn. It's quiet before the storm, that kind of thing. If you're feeling that you're sucked into this vacuum where there's nothing taking place, well, it's just because things in the outskirts are now building up here around you and for you. So this is really exciting. Whatever it may be for you might be different from another Capricornian. So that is just the cat. Little news coming in here to say hello to you guys. She's such a vocal cat. She's very much so a communicator. So listen, here for you now, before we end off this month's forecast for you, listen to your heart. Listen to your drive, Capricorn. You have so much to share and give. And for you, you always work so hard towards reaching towards the good outcomes, those dynamic outcomes. You definitely are not a person who gives up. And so don't give up now, even though you might have this little phase where you're thinking that, nothing's working, it's not coming together, and it's not because you are dragging your feet, but it feels like the universe might be dragging its feet. But you know what? That is just a phase. Recognize it. Be the observer, not necessarily the participant in that. Because as being the observer of those emotions, you get the opportunity to just clear them out, right? And then get back on track. So if it lasts more than a day, I would be shocked. At the most, probably 2 days, but then that should pass. But listen, have a wonderful, glorious month, Capricorn. I will see you in July. I'm quite excited to see what that month will now be holding in store for you. So stay tuned for your meditation music here now, and I will see you again next month. Bye now.